Welcome back to part 2 of Showbiz Weekly. Coming up in this half of the show, Jamie will be here with all the latest music releases. But first, here she is, the Aussie songbird.
Your arms are warm, they make me...
She's Australia's most successful female recording artist of all time, and she's still best known to many in the UK for her 1993 hit Chains. Now Tina Arena is set to hit the West End stage, starring as Esmeralda in a new musical about the world's most famous hunchback. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? How you doing?
Hi Tim. Jane, I'm nice.
Good to see you.
How are you?
Very well. Tina's currently staying in a top London hotel, busy rehearsing for her role in Notre Dame de Paris, from which her latest single is taken. The musical's already been a massive hit in France and Canada.
They asked me to be a part of the soundtrack, and then at the end of that meeting they said there's another question to ask, and would you be interested in playing the role on the West End? And I was a bit gobsmacked. I kind of had to pick up my teeth from the floor. But so that's how that sort of came about.
And this isn't your first experience of performing on stage, because you were in Joseph in Australia back in 1993.
The stage is a bit different. It's instantaneous. I mean, you know, once you get up there, it's like you know whether they like you or they hate you. It's you putting your craft to the test constantly. And it's not a rehearsal.
Did being labelled as another Australian singer hold you back in the late 80s and early 90s, because there was Jason Donovan, Danny Minogue, Kylie Minogue, and was being part of that scene as a bad thing or a good thing?
It was a good thing and a bad thing, really, because then everything that came out of Australia was, oh, you know, do you come from a soap? And if you didn't, then it was like, well, you know, what do you mean you don't come from a soap? Particularly in the UK. And, you know, looking back now, I'm really glad that I chose to take, or the universe chose for me to take the longer and more difficult route.
Tina began her career in the 1970s as a child TV star back in Australia.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, really. I mean, like anyone that, you know, you speak to who's had childhood beginnings, they've seen me go through puberty, they've seen me go into adolescence, they've seen me enter womanhood. So they've watched my growth. From an experience and a knowledge point of view, it is really quite amazing. You know, I don't really think I would have come this far if it wasn't for those early beginnings.
The musical's due to hit London's West End in May.